Alrighty. So, this meditation will turn is becoming a training course in and of itself. So, and it is really covering the basics of any training that a spotter does ultimately, because I mean the bottom line on what a spotter is accomplishing with his life is meditating in every moment, being aware of what's happening around him to such an extent that he catches the cues, he, she, whom a spotter person, they catch the cues and the prompts around them that's given to them by the world, and are able to receive them and comprehend them and work on accomplishing a fixed scenario fast enough. Responding responsibility, as I've said before, I'll say again now. The ultimate goal of the status initiative here is to promote, endorse, achieve lucidity. We're not trying to really change anything so much as we're trying to eliminate the factors that are causing for people to miss out on what's actually happening. Not only are we being distracted in such a way as to think and feel things, just to be things that are not productive, not effective, not beneficial to us. We're being misdirected in such a way as to make fools of ourselves, really. Not only is that the case, and we want to fight against that, but at the same time, while you're making a fool of yourself, you're missing out on what's happening in the real world. I mean, there's a party, there's constant party going on. It's fun and games here if you're in it, if you're playing the game. Even the negative scenarios, even where we have to battle this cognitive dissonance and battle people who are strongly, firmly fixed in it and want to promote, disorder and just general wrongness. It's fun. It's a challenge. As I've said, we've been misdirected in such a way as to uh, relate to challenges as problems and relate to opportunities as impositions. Like, I'm given a chance to do something. I'm given a chance to work here with the initiative, an opportunity to do that. And it's a challenge to make time for it and to be on the ball and to do that. But it's not an imposition, it's an opportunity. You think of it as, oh, I don't want to do this because something, you think it's a waste of time. You have no idea what you're doing, really, how much you can affect people. And anytime any one of you post something inspirational or post anything at all, post a song, post one of your artworks, just post a comment. When you do that, it affects people around you. I'm watching. I see it happen. It does a lot for people. Some of the posts that you guys put up are right on cue, and they do a lot of damage to this cognitive dissonance that we're fighting. Anyways, it's another topic, really. Uh, meditation. Let's talk about an active meditation here, projection. A lot of people do this projection. It's involved in DreamWorks, and it is DreamWorks, really, and it's involved in what they call astral projection, which people have this idea that they can eject into a phantom body, a double. They have all kinds of names for it, but essentially it's a phantom body. Like when you lose a limb and you feel that limb still, you have a phantom body and in its entirety, and you can detach this and maneuver in it. You have two selves, a perpetual self and an ephemeral self. The ephemeral self is this body, this personality that's made up in this vehicle, and it is ephemeral because it's transitory. It's not going to last. It's not going to last. It's going to degrade. It's going to break down, and it's not meant to. Your body's built to last forever. It can sustain itself indefinitely, but it's a matter of how you treat it and what you do with it. Obviously, like, again, cigarettes is going to be a constant example until I get over that. And when I do, holy shit, get fucking moving. But until then, I'm an asshole, and I'm sorry about it. But it's not that I can't quit, really. It's more that I really love them. Love them. So I apologize. But your phantom body is related to the perpetual self, which lasts. It lasts forever. It doesn't degrade and die. The it's made up of all the values that you've collected, but more presciently, it's made up of the values that you intend to keep and make use of, the beneficial values that make up your real present. And that's why in dreams, usually you're gonna, for the most part, you're either going to encounter the most challenging scenarios, or you're going to encounter scenarios where you're like a heroic figure and you're accomplishing the impossible, that sort of thing, because that is who you really are. You are awesome. Every one of you are exceptionally excellent. You're amazing. You are the God of your own creation. And that's you're a part of what God is, the ultimate, living world entity, the organism world, part of the one. And you are a fixed representation of that. You are God. And every one of you are part of God, and you're a representation of it. You are created in its image and of its likeness, and you are capable of expressing yourself as being that in totality. All you have to do is break through those filters, and we'll get to those filters in another video. But uh, the perpetual self, or the phantom vehicle, that's where that's made up of where the energy attaches to the chakras. That's what the chakras are in old term meaning. When gurus speak of chakras and such, they're talking about the fixed energy bundle, the bunches of energy that attract to the clusters of nerves in your system that attach to those. And they like to think of using this phantom vehicle, detaching and going into these realms that are metaphysical in nature, that are beyond beyond the reach of this physical world, as we call it. And they like to think of them as being like heavens and hells sort of thing. Like they're divine in nature, which divine is clear, is visible. As I was speaking to lucidity, we achieve lucidity. Lucidity is going to break into three factors: responsibility, visibility, and flexibility. And they like to think of these realms that we go to, these astral planes, as being the most lucid, the most visible, present worlds that move in layers deeper into the consciousness, and are in fact you know sort of the foundation beneath the physical world that the physical world is built on. Now, that is not actually the case. These so-called astral realms, these etheric worlds that you can travel to, these are being constructed. We are constructing these using. They could be called a superphysical, in a sense, a superfit, and like not really an etheric or altered or different state of reality, but more superphysical, as in they're superimposed upon our physical reality, and we use our physical reality and our psychological construct to create these worlds, and we are still creating them. They are That's the heaven that we're building, beyond this world. And we're using this solid material construct as a tool. This is a machine. The whole universe is a machine. And it's set up in such a way, with its bits and pieces, its cogs and wheels, to create synchronicities, to create instances, to create events that allow for us to create inspirations and to create worlds beyond this one, so that we can exist upon those, in those, with our perpetual self. We live in these worlds, and we come here essentially to play this game and to relive lives, and to have fun. That's the point of this. We're here to party, but nobody gets that. People are so lost in this is dream, that you think that this is all there is. You think that, not you specifically, but a lot of people, they think that this is all there is, but that's not the case. And using projection, you can actually explore these worlds and become familiar with them to a certain extent, and experience them. And the Remnants of Tomorrow project is getting deep into that, which you can use substances. We're provided substances by the world. Now, there are people in the world who make those substances illegal. They try to steal them from us. They try to ban them. They try to destroy them, and they have destroyed many of them. And that is such a fucking gigantic mistake. It's severe stupidity on their parts. That, I mean, it's very simple to understand that the world has provided these substances for a purpose, and if you use them, you see that purpose is fucking worthy, and clear, present. And so, a lot of us travelers will use psychedelic substances as shortcuts to boost along that lines, and to explore these other dimensions. They're not dimensions, they're other worlds, realms, but um, and you can learn to use meditation for that. And basically, what you're trying to do when you do that is you're trying to get to a point where your body will fall asleep while you're still lucid and awake and aware. And I've taught you uh, maneuvers and measures by which methods to wake yourself up in a dream, to become aware that you're dreaming and have lucid dreams. But this is even more of an active state where you're trying to get to a point, you're trying to trick your body into going to sleep without taking you with it. And then when you're still there and your body's asleep, you can detach this phantom body. And there are a lot of videos that can teach you how to do that. I have certain tricks and measures that I can teach you, although I'm not exceptionally great at it. It's not something I really focused on, but I do know how to do it. And if you have questions, you can contact me or ask questions in the comments, and I'll make another video about it. Go ahead and do that. Let's have Q&A, man. People fucking ask me questions. I'll answer anything you want, even if they're dickhead, like fucking offensive questions. Go ahead and ask them. As long as I can get you people fucking up and active and into something, really just getting out in the world, putting yourself forth, doesn't matter. Even if you're going to be a dick about it, go ahead and do it. Give me your best fucking shot. Anybody who sees this, go ahead. If you don't like me, you think there's something stupid about what I'm saying, give me your best fucking shot. Let's see how it goes. Just get up, get moving. That's all I want here. So that's something that you can do if you want to explore other worlds. And it's except you can do all kinds of shit. You can learn to do things. I've learned to fly. I've learned to create things with my mind. I've learned to project myself into other places and times. I've learned to project myself into other times. Time travel is possible. And there's a certain type of meditation you use to get to that. And I kind of advise against it, but I can't keep myself from I'm going to teach it to you guys anyway, but because it seems kind of dangerous to me for certain reasons. I have theories about it, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. This video is on projection. That's a certain type of active meditation that you can use to achieve that particular state of being or what have you. And you become, but in doing that, you become more aware of who and what you really are and what's really happening, which is the substantial, fundamental, fucking primary function of what meditation is. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. 12 minutes, shorter than the other one. Let's try and keep that up. Gila Salai, Teriyune Siari, Namaste, my peeps.